Did you notice that this duct tape, a roll of duct tape over there is called rock solid? I never noticed. That's a cool duct tape name. How's that light? Is that one set correctly? Yeah, shall we continue? Hey, welcome back, and we are back at it again. And this week we have some orcas to talk about, some apps, some uplifting environmental news, and maybe more importantly, diversity. You might not think it, but traveling for people of certain social groups and genders might be a lot harder than you think. So Lonely Planet is a good article celebrating and awarding diversity in travel. So first off, fire some orca. Why? What? Let's not fire at orcas. But for those unfamiliar with snowboarding, or for those who have not been paying attention in the snowboarding scene, Liptech has been running a snowboard called the Orca. And even though it's clearly printed on the board itself, it was not officially announced yet that Liptech will be partnering with the Orca conservation. The board has become very popular in a short amount of time, and Liptech has been well known in the environmental scene, and now they have thrown their weight behind the Orca Conservation Society. And I'm personally pretty stoked about it, because there are many other animals also being hit hard in the environmental change, and the orca is hit exceedingly hard. So I'm happy that a company like Mervin and Liptech is going after it. It also seems that it's finally settling into the mainstream to think about environment in our day-to-day lives, or at least when we go plan our next vacation trip. In a survey held in England, nearly 50% said COVID has raised awareness for them for environmental change, and a total of 77% are considering and willing to take it into account in planning their next travels, which is honestly staggering in my mind that it took a global pandemic to get this far. So I'm going to be a little bit skeptical, but I'm going to hold hope that this trend stays after we get this pandemic under control. Like, don't you think? Yeah, right. But it also seems that Britain has decided it's time to put some effort back into the environment again. And this time in England, the government has announced that more of the British iconic landscape needs to become national parks for the preservation. They will also launch 10 landscape recovery projects where they plan to restore the peatlands that were destroyed, woodlands that were destroyed, and to basically restore the wilder landscapes back to the former glory. I do like such initiatives, like England, Scotland, they do have some amazing scenery. In more environmental news, for years now, offsetting carbon footprints have been gaining traction. The effort of offsetting your carbon footprint is basically investing in programs to clean up your use of CO2, which can range from forest replanting to CO2 capture initiatives. So it comes as no surprise that the nation of Costa Rica, a nation well known already for running on 100% renewable energy, that they might want to offset tourist carbon footprint. In this well thought out plan by the Costa Rican government, in trying to incentivize people to buy off their carbon footprint, they are also involving corporations to invest, and it's a pretty well thought of plan, and I like it. I like offsetting carbon footprint. When we travel here for what we try to do outside of this, we also generally try to buy off our carbon footprint. For those unaware, by the way, a good way to offset your carbon footprint is by planting more trees. So, wow, what a horrible segue. Ivana Ergosevic, at the young age of 29 in 2018, set out to create a resort that tries to go above and beyond what is considered environmentalism. So she has dubbed her kind of resort EcoKind, where every aspect is designed to be zero waste, zero plastic waste. It is named the tree element. The property has 3 fully functioning tree houses called Earth, Wind and Water. They look absolutely amazing, and it's a good place to visit. We have a lot of places to visit in the coming years, don't we? So next off, this one is probably my most famous. As Lonely Planet themselves reports, 2020 threw a wrench in the gears of how the world works. And so for this year, when it comes to their travel awards, Lonely Planet looked at the award itself to radically change what they consider giving an award to. And this year, Best in Travel features diversity. For a more comprehensive list, visit the link, please. But we really want to talk about two: the best LGBTQ plus storytellers. Carl and Dan got awarded this award for their inclusion. And, you know, this is a bit too much to cover. Please read up on it. It's an amazing thing. Link down below. Please read it. It's important that you, well, I hope you find it important that you get yourself familiarized with this. So someone decided it was time to do some research into honeymoon destinations, and this time not to find out what the most obvious destinations to visit for your honeymoon are, but which honeymoon destination has the dubious award for marriages eventually ending in divorce. The popular destinations are 1, 2, and 3, Maldives, Marrakech, and Bora Bora. So if you want to lower the odds of a divorce, do not visit these locations, especially not the Maldives, since 20%, this is 20% of the people? That's a lot of people getting divorced that go there for their honeymoon. So in Europe and the US and basically around the world, the virus is returning with a vengeance, and escalating infection rates are running rampant around the world. The company Headout has now launched a new app for those that absolutely need to travel, or for those willfully ignorant that just have to travel, to help them find safe destinations around the world. Because of the fluidity and the plethora of rules concerning travel, it has become increasingly difficult to know what rules and regulations apply where. The app provides a one-stop solution for figuring out what is going on where and what restrictions are in place. So if you have to travel, it's a handy app to have, but we urge everybody to stay at home and do not lengthen this pandemic. Another thing that some people might not have noticed, but it's a little bit of a happy news: the famous Christmas tree that each year is put up at Rockefeller Center housed a little tiny owl who unwillingly traveled 270 kilometers with the tree. Luckily, the tiny owl was found and in good condition, had sustained no injuries. It was apparently really hungry and a little bit dehydrated, but it seems he's going to be all right and going to be released soon. It's a cute little owl, isn't it? It's a cute little owl. So to stay in the Christmas spirit, confectioner Laszlo from Hungary was making chocolate Santas, and in a light-hearted move, he decided to put marzipan face masks on them to lift spirits and make a little joke about the current pandemic. But it turned out to be a best-selling idea, as now he can barely keep up with demand, as people really want their face masks wearing Santas for this year. They do look funny, don't they? Look them up, they're funny. I don't know if he orders them, if you can order them cross-country. I don't think so. And our final topic, Qatar Airways. Airlines have been known to create exclusive programs to get regular customers to keep choosing them. For instance, with priority boarding, luxury lounges, extra air miles for frequent flyers, and all sorts of things. And Qatar Airways is one of the world's most premium airlines and is the first to launch an exclusive program aimed at students worldwide, with benefits ranging from extra air miles to fast Wi-Fi on board. So if you're wondering what else they will provide students, you know what to do. So that was it for this week. We hope you enjoyed it or found out some information you found entertaining or whatever. Next week we'll do week 12. We enjoy it. We keep doing it. If you don't, just try and be with us. And I don't want to be repeating myself, but if you do like it, please, click the button. It's probably there. Click it. Click. Yep. Okay. See ya.